Welcome back to the playthrough of Pathologic 2. As stated before, I do flag all my videos as ASMR because a lot of people like listening to my voice. If that is not ASMR for you, then feel free to leave at this point.
Obvious? Or they give you, like, they very rarely give you actually new information. Like, the new information you get is so rare. And it, like... I think that really hurts the game. Because if a game already forces you to read things, like over and over again, like gigantic amount of text, those texts better be good. And not things where you, like, immediately, like, where your mind jumps to the point of, can we maybe skip this? Will he say anything important overall? Because the last 5 talks were kinda empty. I even liked the episode where we could have, like, where the game gave us the hope that we could just flee and live a happy life.
I'm exhausted. On my last legs.
Emshin, Oinon. Did I say it right, Emshin? Not exactly. You need to swallow the vowels. Like you can't open your mouth. Oh, forget it. Emshin. Whatever. You did. Well, this is it, I guess. This is it, Erdem. The pursuit of immortality will cost me my life. I doubt the powers that be in the capital ever cared whether or not I could defeat death. They just threw the heretic into the fire, hoping he'd never return. Excuse the pathos. Cost you your life? Come on. Not just mine. Back in Thanatica we fought for life, for the right to live, for a chance to never let death veto people. That's what we were robbed of. This tower, what is there to say? It's gone. And so. I understand it's hard for you. A scientist thrown into the jaws of death, hoping against hope to defeat death. Welcomed by death, ridiculed by death, taunted by death, and fooled by death. It's as if this heretic spat into a tower of flame, expecting somehow to put it out. This whole place is far too crowded with deaths. You've aged over the last few days, or are you just resigned now? Latin blah blah? Stay here, a new tower will grow, you just wait. I say this as a friend. Okay, and every like of these black figures is like a person that once lived but is now dead. But there's another living person. Where are you? You're just a person. Bet a lot longer than 30 hours to be honest. You say, yeah, I would agree. I mean, to be fair, it did last longer because we had like a lot of chats in the middle of this game. Like someone raided or something, and we had a couple chats here. But in the end, it wasn't that much longer. Like maybe 32 hours or something. So yeah, the way the game presents the lore and the story is like cool on one side, but really, really annoying on the other side. Because you just, like, you constantly have these talks to people that you either don't care about, that present themselves in a way that you have a really hard time finding any sympathy for them. Like, it is kind of rough, not gonna lie, it is kind of rough. And also the fact that the game failed to make, like, to create any sympathy for characters for me. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm an especially cold person, but I don't believe so. Like, it started to kill people way too quick, and then I stopped caring about them. Because, like, why would I care about people that die all the time anyways? Like, I don't know, give me some time to make a connection. Connections just, they don't grow on trees. You need to you need time to form them. Or at least a good background story, but kinda also like that. The next thing is like the way how this game incorporates, or like how this game forces you to waddle all the time. Oh, look at this. Buggers. How do I talk to you? Like
Is a hand? Or is it just the fingers?
I can't
or
feel
the
my...
prints themselves?
I can't feel my legs. Let me check. They seem fine. Warm. I'm dying, Ripper. Only a tiny drop remains. Like someone cleaved me in half and it all spilled out. Were you really the plague then? I'm not the plague. Do you still not get it? My sister was. And I'm the good one. Was the good one. I'm sorry. You're an idiot, Ripper. A dull, insufferable idiot. All that talks of rivers of blood. That's not what the story was about at all. You have no idea who's up above us. No idea who you actually killed. Above us? So who's up there? Someone who weren't even invited to meet. But they're waiting for me, poor souls, and now I'll never come. That's fine. You'll sit this one out and find a way to get there. Clara again. Blubbering, random shit that she never proved is real. Like, she acts like she's some mythical creature that knows more, but like, also, like, dude, how can I get to like this person? Like, I literally need to go into this game with the mindset that everything that everyone tells me is true, and the game itself did prove that it's not true. Like, she says she's some kind of changeling. She even put a spell on us to prohibit us from talking from time to time. And funny story, that never happened. So she's just fucking Pinocchio. That's it. Look at this.
See no evil. Hear no evil. Know no evil.
I really dislike her. From an Oirun, I am alive. Yes, you are alive. You understood nothing, Kindred. You failed to reach the kin's heart. Failed to brave its death, touch the shared pulse. You've abandoned your quest halfway. I've touched the heart of Theodoric. That's not what I'm talking about. I meant the people. You failed to blend in and merge with us. I never wanted to merge with the kin. How will you live now, Kindred? On my own. Not with you.
My little well-behaved humans.
Okay, man. I hereby grant you a new law. Over your left hand it is done, not the right. So speaks Mother Botto. Unsure why she speaks so, but still. We will tell hands apart now. Timmel da. She's batshit crazy already. Preaching already, girl. So, Medeneshka, here's another law for you. Never hold a grudge, for grudges are bad for health and sneak behind. Bikara, whoever carries a grudge shall sip on it and break their neck. So speak Shurok. She'll see it to it at night. Timolda, let it be so. Yeah, sure. Medeneshka, never decide or betray the small ones, and the ones that trust you. It is not only Shuak nocturnal law Mother Botto would turn away from you too. No harming the small ones. Timolda, let it be so. Those are some good laws, kid. Medeneshka, now for the most important law. The lady of the law of candy, sweets, and those soft white thingies they sell in shops. They are now to be abundant. No one has the right to forbid eating them. Mother Botto, somehow she will not see this law. So I'll have to do it myself. Timolda, oh, I wonder what should invent next. Batshit crazy. Why are you here? Did you come to listen to our not-so-highness? I just wanted to take a look at you. Actually, I didn't even want to come here. The game told me I should come here.
I see you in plain might.
Would be a crazy twist if she'd be helpful in the end after all, true. Then we got Aspity, who was a bit of a healer person, who was not really good at healing, but at least they helped us a bit in the beginning, I guess. That's why I like them a bit more than the others. Ukadil, earth is cold. My feet are cold, I'm going deaf blind. My hands are rough, boolish, be all gosh. What's wrong with you, Kate? I fear earth is dying. Mother Botto sinks into the depths. People begin to fear me, look through me, cross the street to hide from me. No one needs me, no one wants me. They fear what they don't understand. Who are you truly? I am Shaba... Flesh of Earth's flesh. Mother Botto gave you a piece of herself, so that you may have a mother. That was me. Unente today I return to Earth. Shaba Shaba shall have to frighten children. I'm sorry, I guess. Do not watch. Do not listen. Go, please. Let your step be warm. Well, yeah, goodbye. And like the fantasy language is like super annoying too, all the time. Like I get it, like you even learn some of these words. And that's a bit cool, but like some just overdo it. Where you at some point, like, you just can't be arsed to even read it anymore. Because it's just so much blah blah. It's just blah blah. So let's see, what do the others have to tell us? Like, the kid making laws, it's like literally, like, there were laws on the level of an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Strong law, kid. Do not trust traitors. Eat vegetables. It's healthy. Do not eat yellow snow. You should cook meat before you eat it. Raw, it might be dangerous. An absolute genius. Oh, there we go. Hello.
This joint won't break.
So this is our roommate. Our roommate kiddo. So what's the plan now? Not sure, but we'll live. Will you teach me? I guess I have to teach someone if I want to leave this place in 10 years or so. Leave? Where the hell are you planning to go? To the sea, of course. Merchant navy. Any ship would welcome a good doctor. You can't abandon us. We need to fix the town, right? It's on its last legs. It won't survive without you. Oh, that's so sad. Oh no. Don't shift okay, let's make him responsible so he has a trauma for his lifetime. That's a really good idea. Don't shift responsibility. The town needs you kids, not me. You're the ones who will restore it. That's why father protected you. What if we were one of the kids from the get-go? Because it was our father after all. Can't help but laugh about how much you don't care about them. Well... And for smoke? Okay. Yeah, it is, the game failed to make connections, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, next thing, like, the town itself is built in a very particular way, and the paths are often aligned in a way that you, like, need the map to walk correctly in the first place. Like, there's a lot of dead ends. And that's okay, I believe. However, like, the whole stamina system just kind of slows the game down for no reason. Like, I guess it makes it feel a little bit more lethal, but in the end the game forces you to waddle around a lot, like right now. And, like, there's not much going on in these times. We're just, like, waddling. So... I kind of would have preferred to see no stamina system. Or just in general, less waddling. Because, like, the waddling... It doesn't give us much. There's no story in waddling to be told. Is there? Like, it feels especially hard currently because there's not even people in the streets anymore that we could, like, I don't know, trade with or something. I don't know, man. I feel like the whole game's idea is really good, but there's like a couple things that are executed in such a poor way that it will, like, that there's a reason why it never really got successful. Because you need to ignore like 20 different nuisances to play it. And thing is, like, it's sadly it's not 2005 anymore. Like 2005, when they're like, or 2000 or something, when a game came out, everyone accepted its quirks, right? Everyone accepted when something was weird, and they still played it and loved it because, well, mostly because there was no other games around. Right? That helped like many games gain popularity. Many games I'm pretty sure would have never taken off. Without the lack of games. Like, if they weren't mechanically super, like, well, bad made, then I don't know. Like, for example, Halo. And I know that is probably a very rough statement for a lot of people that connect Halo to their childhood. I think if Halo was made today... If Halo was made today, it would not sell at all. Because in the end, it's nothing very special. Like, it feels special because you grew up with it. And it was like the first of its kind, and it was beautiful, and you could fly through space and all that. But in the end, the game mechanics of Halo weren't like overly special. The concept of Halo wasn't overly special. And like it just lives off the fact that it was always there. Like it has nothing that's unique. Absolutely nothing. It has like a main character that like never talks or just says things like, yeah, we kill them anyway. Great music, but great music doesn't really make a game unique. Like there's many games with great music.
Who can tally the number of drops
Oh
in
god,
the
she
sea?
lived.
Who can tally the number of tears in this grave?
I'm really very grateful to you, Artemi, for what you've done. You did everything right, guiding this town towards the future. I'll always be glad to return the favor however I can. I can hear the White Mistress's voice. I know you can't help but mourn the losses, but you've preserved what was most crucial, the Udurk. Because the Udurk is us people, children. We'll grow and build a new town. Better, more balanced. You're already building it. Yes, you're right, Artemi. Where will you begin? When Mother's radiance comes to full strength within me, I will fold my wings around my children, teach them to build, protect them from harm. The Polyhedron, the Bull Enterprise, those were all cruel machines geared to produce utopias, factories that processed people into ideas, but will make a world where people's bones are crushed under lofty words. Don't you miss the Polyhedron even a little? No, it was a factory of fantasies. Beautiful, yes, but heartless. I know you didn't want to destroy it. Perhaps you even regret it. But the trap suffocated children, you released them. That was a good deed, Artemi. I guess. Okay, lots of dead people here. Why are you here again? Isn't it enough to talk to you once? Do I really not talk to you?
And heavy heart, huh? It should be the other way around.
Well, I really enjoyed Halo for what it was, but I didn't hype it as much as the others did. Like, it's not even a bad game, it just does nothing special. And that's why I say it would have a very hard time if it got released today. Was a nice game that affected my teenage years? Exactly. But, like... I don't know, if we want to talk space operas, like I would say Mass Effect, for example, is a massively better game. Like, Mass Effect had like a branching storyline, like a really, really good story. It has like space and aliens and planets and all that. And if we talk in shooters, there was also like millions of shooters that just were like either more spacey or more shooty or whatever. The co-op part, playing with friends at my home, was the best thing. Okay, fair. Co-op part really saved the game, though. The co-op part was really good. But that kind of was an era thing. I don't know if it even still has that. And like to prove my point, to prove my point, like the current Halo that just came out like, I don't know, a couple months ago, is not doing overly well. Despite being free. I like the gunplay in Halo.
Light feet and heavy heart, huh?
But isn't it like...
It should be the other way around.
I don't know, it felt the same as in like Unreal Tournament or
Bitch.
stuff.
What a beautiful word. Bitch. I'm talking about my sister.
Why do I have to take to... Like, why do I have to talk to her again? All the mistresses are here. So you plan to become a mistress yourself? I guess. I think I'll fail. What are you good at? Divination. I told you fortune, didn't I? Told you you'd spill rivers of blood, and you did. Drowned the whole square in it. Am I wrong? You're right. Now go. What will happen here is not for your eyes. Someone's waiting for you elsewhere. Can't you hear? I can. Where's that other kid that we saved? I forgot the name. We saved one more kid.
With every breath, your soul drains slowly away. So just keep your mouth shut and don't let it slip out.
Mother would have approved of my ideas. She loved people, I don't. But I do believe that, when treated with respect, we return it in spades. Economic growth is based on human dignity, and dignity is a word that we haven't heard too often around these parts. Can you tell me more about your mother? How did he even survive? I even tried to kill him. Now I don't think the words to describe her exist in any human language. Care, protection, concern, warmth, regard, tenderness, love. This is stupid and wrong and wrong. Personally, I've never been too close to her, you know. I guess you could even say I was the only person who did not love her, but it can't be denied that she was the safeguard of this town. She held it together. I hardly remember her. I never loved my mother, but some things she taught me, well, particularly that care is a very smart behavioral strategy. Respect and dignity are the concrete that will hold our new economic foundation together. What's your plan then? I'll start with simple things. An 8-hour workday, forbidding child labor, insurance, benefits for disabled workers, better pay. Is that it? Is that not enough? Oh, I was being sarcastic. I doubt you'll even achieve a third of that. Where's that kid? They should still be alive, right? They disappear? Grace. Where did Grace go? Did we already talk to Grace? Or is she somewhere there? I guess she is. But she would fit over here. So, like, I'm not saying Halo is a bad game. I just said, like, it would have a very hard time if it came out today. Because it doesn't do many things like... There's other games that do every single aspect of it better. In the current day and age. But, like, the fact that it came out, like, I don't know, 20 years ago... made it a series. And like where I was going with the tangent is if this game came out 20 years ago, we would be more accepting of the quirks and ways how it works. But we've already played games like, I don't know, The Witcher, Skyrim, and I don't know, a million other games that just run a lot more smooth in the way how they present a story. And we got used to it. Even like older games that are like, I don't know, 12 years old or something, like Skyrim. Mass Effect, to name the same ones again. Just like, they present the story a lot easier. There's not much else going on. Currently. In this game. So we kind of like, we're in the ending sequence and we can talk to everyone to like find out how things went. It's a very hard game. From what I understood, they made it easier than the first one. I didn't even talk about difficulty yet. Very good point. It is a very hard game. I cheated multiple times, so I could do it in one run. The alternative would have been to replay the game from the get-go, but as I want to play this game on stream, I did not want to like do the whole thing again. Like I wanted to be done with it at some point. So I decided to cheat instead of like replaying the whole thing. I think that's only fair. And there's one more person I have to talk to, and they have to be somewhere here. Well, they're kinda not. It's not these two. Well, I guess then we just ignore it. Like, the whole thing is like, I played this game on the hardest difficulty. Because it told me that this is the intended difficulty. And at some point I was in a starvation simulator. Like literally, I woke up, I tried to get food. I somehow got food, I survived the day, I woke up. And like, starvation simulator is not that interesting. So at some point I was like, okay, let's ignore that thing for a minute to survive here. Did try Dredge, but mostly the Survivor. Matches went well, I love to hear it. I played a bit of Dredge, not too much yet. It's a lot of walking and trying to live. Yeah, and also it has a permadeath feature, right? So every time you die, you get like a permanent malus. And that's a really cool thing, because that means like deaths mean something. Like, you cannot just reload. Well, you can if you're very quick, but not like you usually could. Because you get a malus, right? And you get like a penalty for dying. That's really cool. Seems like they have a lot of potential. I can see people maining them. Absolutely. Dredge is a very, very interesting killer. We can jump into some DVD games after we're done here. Too. Like, play like 1, 2, 3 rounds of Dredge. So yeah, this game... It's like really good on one side, and I wish it did a couple things like very, very different on the other side. Stamina bar being the first thing I would remove or change. Like, we don't need a stamina bar outside of combat. It just makes things feel slow and annoying. Oh, we got the little rat here. Do you know how one can tell a simple mole from a malignant melanoma? It's symmetry. Natural processes are symmetrical. An arm on the left, an arm on the right. Each action bears a symmetrical reaction, but illness is twisted. It grows to the side. Not all good things are symmetrical. To the contrary, actually. The tumor is malignant. I can see that. Nice tumor. Love to see it. So, let's wrap this up. And then we... Oh wait, this is all the dead people, right? I guess it is.
My path was called a home for the living. Kindness guide.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up, and then we can like do some DVD, maybe even talk about the Dredge a bit more. Let's see.
See no evil, hear no evil, display no evil.
Look who's here. Time to get real then. You want to come round? Let's see if it worked. So what do you think? Are you back? Back where? Who are you? What do you mean? A person? Artemi Borach. Who are you? I told you already. Where are you? Back. I'm here? I was desperate at first. I thought we'd failed utterly. Like the astronomers of old, you know. The eclipse is short. It ends in the blink of an eye, but we missed the chance to observe and calculate everything we needed. The next opportunity is a century out. Observe what? Calculate what? Humanity, their limits, their struggle to conquer death. This play wasn't the best, a flop honestly, but it wasn't useless. I see much clearer now, and I know how to improve it. The next show will be better. So there'll be another performance? Of course, the show must go on. Why? Wasn't this one torturous enough? We chose the wrong hero, someone who didn't fear death at all. Disrespectful, crude and flippant. We'll use a different archetype next time, a person obsessed with the idea of defeating death, death's nemesis so to speak, someone who has studied it. So they're hinting at the next DLC they are working on, which will create like the storyline from a different person, as I have learned. I think you're the one obsessed with death. Death cannot be defeated, but I can be overcome. Not by prolonging life, by his method is ridiculous and stupid. People aren't yet strong enough to bear their own internal hell or rid themselves of it. That's not how you overcome death. We've found the true way. I'm all ears. How many of you were here, the actors who played the Haruspecs? I don't remember, I didn't count. Where was the real Haruspecs? Around somewhere on his own. He belonged to history, or just a story. In any case, you knew about his adventures beforehand. You planned them. How does one overcome death? They step out of their feeble body. They transcend the self. That's what the Sandpass tried to do, depersonalize us. Any blah blah? We currently only have one protagonist, but they are working on more. The body is susceptible to death, as is the self, as is any being trapped within its bounds. They invite death the way a lantern invites insects. But that which is broken into many body, many selves, many perceptions, that thing can resist it. That sounds too complicated. But this doesn't solve the death of physical bodies, and bodies matter. Even towns have bodies, even people who have become towns do. I've been in a multitude of shapes before I assumed a consistent form. As an ancient poet once said, who are you? whoever, our work here is done. You can go to the dressing room, take off the costume, remember the place, it's where you started. Good luck. And thank you for taking part in our daring experiment. What? It's all over anyway, the choice is meaningless. Dressing room? Somewhere? Here, maybe? Yes. We did it! It took very long. It was enjoyable at times. It was less enjoyable at times. But we did it. Progress. Thank you for enjoying this with me.